It was a humid summer night in Karachi, and the clock had just struck midnight when Irfan, an old taxi driver, pulled up to a roadside tea stall to sip on his last cup of chai before heading home. He was tired. Business had been slow all day, and he was thinking of ending his shift. Just as he started the engine, a man in white clothes appeared out of the shadows and knocked on his window. "Airport," the man said quietly, his voice calm but strange too calm. Irfan looked at him. The man was tall, with a long white scarf draped around his shoulders and eyes that were dark and deep. Something about him was off, but Irfan shrugged it off and unlocked the back door. "Bismillah," he whispered to himself and started driving. The streets were unusually empty, not a single car or rickshaw in sight. Irfan tried to make small talk. "Flight at this hour?" he asked. No reply. He looked into the rear-view mirror, but the back seat was empty. His heart stopped. He slammed on the brakes and looked behind. The man was there, sitting calmly, smiling now. "I just saw." There was no one. The man leaned forward and whispered, "Keep driving." Irfan's hands trembled as he gripped the steering wheel, but he obeyed. The road to the airport seemed endless. He drove and drove, but the signs no longer made sense. He passed the same billboard 3 times. The city lights behind him faded, and fog began to surround the taxi. "This isn't the way to the airport," Irfan finally said, his voice shaking. The man leaned in closer and said, "I don't need a flight. I need a soul." Irfan hit the brakes. The car skidded and stopped in the middle of an open field. He jumped out, breathless, and turned to look at the back seat, but the taxi was empty. The man was gone. He dropped to his knees and began reading Ayatul Kursi loudly, again and again. Morning light slowly broke the darkness. Villagers passing by saw Irfan sitting beside his taxi. His hair turned almost white overnight. He couldn't speak for 3 days. When he finally did, he told the local imam everything. The imam nodded gravely. "You picked up a jinn," he said. "Some roam at night, looking for weak hearts to possess. But your prayers saved you." Since that night, Irfan never drove past sunset again. And every time he passed that tea stall, he made sure to recite Ayatul Kursi. And in Karachi, some drivers still warn the young ones, "If a man in white waves you down at midnight, drive away. Not all passengers are human,